On today's video, I am going to be sharing with my journey and my first month in Amazon KDP as I have started the Amazon KDP business. So if you're interested in knowing and seeing my result on the very first month, do continue watching. This was my very first month on Amazon KDP, and of course I filmed one of the vlogs. If you haven't checked it out, you can actually go check out one of my vlogs where I was actually creating the books and the content that I need to put on Amazon KDP. Try and put the thumbnail here and link it down below. Do check that out. So it was my first month and I wanted to sort of see what it is like, or a perspective of Amazon KDP from a South African's perspective, because a lot of creators or a lot of self-publishers on Amazon are usually international creators or international authors. And also part of the reason why I decided to create an Amazon KDP account and actually be a self-publisher. I love creating new businesses. I love immersing myself in business. So I saw it as a lucrative business, of course, based on, what everybody else is talking about. And I didn't want to create children's books, nothing wrong with that. But personally, I wanted to dive deep into high content books so that I can see if it actually does work. My name is Hlobisile, and the Globals. I create a lot of content that helps you become your best self and have a thriving relationship with God. If that sounds like something that you are currently working on and you'd love to be part of our community, do subscribe. Truly appreciate it. So I create high content books. So what are high content books? High content books and medium content books. So high content books are the books whereby it's like a full non-fiction book sharing information, be it about business, be it about psychology, personal development, and all that stuff. So in my case, I focused mostly on personal development, spirituality. And then medium content books, it's whereby you create journals or workbooks, but like not journals whereby it's just blank on the pages, but it's more of journals that have journal prompts in them, and it's like different journal prompts for each and every page. So that would be regarded as medium content books. There's other also medium content books, but personally I decided to venture into that. So if you would also want to support me and actually be one of the sales that I make on Amazon, do check out my books on my Amazon KDP account. And so I just want to share my experience and what are the results on my very first. So I want to say that if you are going to be starting the Amazon KDP business, you don't have to be ready or try and figure everything out. I remember my very first book, it was horrible. The cover was horrible. And those are the challenges that I faced, which was finding a way to create a good cover. And I didn't have the finances, of course, to actually invest in an illustrator or a book cover, whatever, a graphic design thingamabob. I didn't have the money to do that, so I had to do it myself, and it was quite challenging. But the fundamental thing it is that you want to just get started, because the more you do something, the more you actually get the grip of it. And what I love about Amazon KDP is that it's literally more like a faceless sort of business, in a sense that you don't have to show your face. All you do is just you write books, and you don't have to write the book by yourself or from scratch by yourself. You could just have the idea and actually do the research and make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, it is business based more than a passion project, so that you can be able to make the sales that you need. And of course, you have to niche down. So personally, I managed to use ChatGPT. So my creation process definitely involves using Canva and ChatGPT. So the beautiful thing about KDP, you create one book, you can turn it into 3 books. It could be a paperback. So basically paperback, it is a hard copy book that is like paperback. And then the other one is hard cover, I think. Hardcover. Yes, hardcover. It is basically self-explanatory. The cover is hard. And you could create the book. So like the book can be in 3 formats. You can even go as far as making it an audiobook, but I haven't dived into that so far. I've only done an ebook as well as paperback and hardcover. hardcover. So the books usually take long. Obviously, it is high content. That actually, in my case, to create one book roughly takes me 2 weeks, depending on the content and also depending on how I actually zone in and lock in. So my expectations when I started, because obviously everyone goes on with the rah-rah in terms of saying, oh, it's passive income, blah, blah, blah. My expectations was that I'm going to upload the book, then boom, you're going to start getting sales. Of course, Amazon is a huge marketplace and already people are on Amazon. And it's also very beneficial for South Africans in the sense that obviously you get to be in different Amazon markets. That means that some of the amounts, they are not in South African rands, but rather in USD. Yeah, so my expectations was that you upload equals sales. You upload, you publish equals sales, but that's not the case. You first start by researching. So you need a good research tool so that when you niche down, that you look for the books that are making sales, but the market is not that saturated and it is something that people are already looking for. So I'm still fighting my way around all of that, but so far so good. And I just think that that's where the marketing part comes in. I personally think that obviously, since it's like, I think it's probably my second month now. Right now I'm going to share my results for the first month. So now it's like my second month and I think I have roughly 3 or 4 books somewhere there. Obviously I'm calculating them as per book, not like ebook, paperback, hardcover, and all of that good stuff. Jump straight. Let me show you my dashboard. So on my dashboard, I ended up making this amount. So I made $0. Obviously it's my first month, and obviously I didn't have a lot of books. But what I am seeing is that I definitely need to market a book, meaning I have to pay some paid ads on Amazon, and I also need to venture into other different forms of marketing, be it content creation, either on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube. It's because I'm still creating some of the books. Yeah, so that is my result. That is my outcome for the past month. This is what I have made. And if you're interested and you say, oh my goodness, I would like for you to show me how to actually create the covers, how did I sign up, and all that good stuff, comment down below. I was sharing that information. If you'd like for me to create a video on that, I'd also be very willing to create that video and sharing more on my Amazon KDP journey. So thank you so much for watching up until this far. I truly appreciate you. So do subscribe so that you can see my journey on the following months on how much I am making, and am I making money, does it work for the South African market, all that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. See you on the next one. Bye.